What's going on, guys? So in today's video I want to talk about PC games coming over to PlayStation and why isn't anybody really talking about that like they do when PlayStation games are announced for PC. And what does that say about the community, the gaming community? But yeah, so it's been plenty articles and plenty videos made about PlayStation going third party and porting their games to PC, and it has been true, and it is true that PlayStation have ported games to PC. But what is less talked about are all the games that's coming rapidly and sometimes at a steady pace to PlayStation also. And one of those examples is, a game from Crafton's called Enzoy. Now this game is a competitor to the Sims game, or an alternative to the Sims game, and it's been on PC for a while, not too long, but it's been on PC for a little minute. So, this game's supposed to come to PlayStation, I believe, 2026. But these are one of the games that, just like many, no one is really talking about, minus a few, articles or gaming centric websites. So, other than that, it's not really a big deal. But I've noticed a lot of games that have been, steadily coming to PlayStation. Um, like they got a PlayStation game that came. Well, it's not a PlayStation game; it's a PC game that came over not too long ago, and that's Ready or Not. Now it's a shooter similar to Call of Duty, but we know it's not Call of Duty, but it's definitely an alternative if you like those type of games. But yeah, that was that game became a hit on PlayStation, so well over 1 million copies, and it took like a month, I think, for it to sell about 1 million copies on PC. So that's just another game that's just been coming over from PC to PlayStation. There's many others, like I said, the most recent one I've heard of is the Enzo game. So yeah, that basically, to me, it shows that even though PlayStation has been porting games to PC, a lot of those games on PC have been coming to PlayStation also. And I mean, why wouldn't they? You got a big install base. If we're talking about PlayStation 4 install base, if it's on a PlayStation Store, if we're talking about the PlayStation 5 install base, with those two combined, you got over 100 and something million on PlayStation 4, about 70 million on PlayStation 5. That's close to 200 million, consoles or gamers that could potentially buy your game. So it makes sense. So I just wanted to point that out, that no one is really talking about that more, about how these games from PC are also coming to PlayStation. And if more start to come, which I believe it will, because a lot of console gamers, the true console gamers, are not going to PC. They don't like PC. I myself, is too much work just to play the game, boot up the PC. You got to update drivers, all these things that come with it. Viruses you got to worry about. It's too much for me, and to each his own. If you like it, then that's what you like. But for me, that's just not my thing. So I'm one of them casual gamers that people talk about. So this is why I made a channel to I guess speak for the casual gamers. There's not too many of us out here that's speaking. We just usually stay in the back in the comment section, support other channels and things of that nature. So this is one of the driving forces of me creating a channel, or speaking out. So yeah, this is one of the things I wanted to talk about. I think it's going to continue, and as time goes on, I don't know if that will bring PC players to PlayStation, but that's just one of the gray areas with bringing over gamers from another platform. Unless that platform is really dead, I think it's easier to bring players from one console to another, instead of bringing gamers from a console to PC or vice versa. So that's definitely, I think, is a harder task. But what I see in the future, as more games come from PC, that would just be more of a reason for console gamers not to get a PC. I mean, it's too expensive. All the parts alone are too expensive. So when you start to see more PC games come over to PlayStation or anywhere else, that's just another reason for a console gamer or a casual gamer not to go to PC. It's too much of a benefit to stay on console if you're going to get the PC game. So it's just like with a PC gamer. Why would you have a PlayStation if you're going to get the games anyway? So So yeah, I'm not gonna make this video long. I just want to touch on that topic, and I know I don't see more of this happening, but let's see what happens in the future. So until the next time, like and subscribe. I'm out.